Welcome to Winter Conference 2026. We are so excited that you are here. My name is Caleb Schleder. I'm a part of the commercial team here at PTx, and I get the absolute honor to welcome you to our favorite week of the year. Now, Winter Conference truly is our favorite week, and the reason it's our favorite week is because we get the opportunity to share our findings from the previous year. All the research, the trials, the successes, the failures, the experiments, and the breakthroughs, this is truly the culmination of all of those things. And our R&D team and our agronomists get to share that with you. They get to share their discoveries with you. And for me personally, I love this week. Absolutely love this week. I get to look out and see a whole group of farmers in our community, and I always feel like I'm a better farmer walking out of here than when I walked in. There's always something. There's something that I take away, whether it's a new idea, whether it's something I can try in my own operation, something that helps me push the needle forward. Now, Winter Conference has been built on the heritage of precision planting. And that foundation has been built over decades. And that foundation is innovation that is rooted in solving real problems. It's agronomy that leaves the classroom and actually gets dirty. And it's a belief that every farm is unique, every acre matters, and even the smallest thing done right changes everything. That's the heartbeat of this event. And that's the heartbeat of who we are. Now, over the past year, we've gotten the opportunity to broaden our view. Broaden the view on the challenges that we as farmers face. Things that steal our time, they steal our efficiency, and they just make the job harder than it ought to be. And as we opened that view, it became clear that those things live in other areas of the operation. They live in productivity, in connectivity, and in how the whole system works together on the farm. And so that's where PTx Trimble has opened that door for us. It allowed us to bring that same problem-solving mindset into a whole new part of the operation and work towards building a full system that supports you. Now, when you take the heritage and problem-solving mindset of precision planting and you combine that with the accuracy, connectivity, and system capability of PTx Trimble, that's where you get PTx. Now, PTx is the combination of those strengths, the agronomy and precision that you've trusted for years, and the machine technology that helps tie the operation together. It's one team, it's one mindset and one mission, and that's to help you solve real problems for your operation. I mean, when you boil it down, we're about one thing. And at its heart, it's bringing solutions for every season. Now, when we say season, we don't just mean the planter pass or harvest season or the sprayer pass. Now, seasons are much, much more than that. Seasons for us are seasons of life. So I want you to think about your own operation. What season are you in right now? Are you in a season of building? Are you in a season of transition? Are you in a season of strengthening? Or are you in a season that just feels heavy? Because let's be honest, I mean, I've been there. The past couple of seasons have felt pretty darn heavy, haven't they? Between commodity prices swinging, interest rates, iron that keeps getting more and more expensive, input costs that are rising, weather, property taxes, all these things that we don't control. Sometimes it makes you ask the question, why do we do this, right? That's a tough question to ask, but why are we doing this? And so I was taught when you get into a tough season or a heavy season, you got to think about your bigger why. You got to think about, why do you want to get better? Why do you show up every day? Why do we endure the stress, the pressure, the late nights, the uncertainty that comes with farming? And in this season, I've spent a lot of time thinking about my why. And I tried to figure out, how could I put that into words to share with you? And I really couldn't figure it out. So the team thought it would be a good idea to show you.
My dad was born in 1905. An amazing man. There wasn't anything that man couldn't do. He was a huge believer in soil conservation, contour farming, terraces, dry dams. Today, we have gone more into the strip till to conserve soil. So that is the big swing. In between was all kinds of stuff.
The excitement that I get from being able to work with my grandpa, then my dad, and now being able to work with my son and my grandson coming on is just a fantastic feeling. You feel so much accomplishment from that, because you're part of a team that's going to make this thing go for another 100 years. And that's what we want. We want our name on that mailbox in 100 years.
My earliest memory of being on the farm as a child would be sitting on the floor of the combine, just watching the crop come in, having that memory with me and my dad, and then now getting to see my daughter sitting on the floor of the cab or sitting in the training seat. It is one of the greatest things for me personally, that I get to spend hours upon hours with my girls, just getting to harvest the crop that we've worked so hard to grow.
As I look around this room, I used to call this the toy room, but today, I guess we're going to call it the legacy room, because everything in here is representing what my dad, myself, and now Mark have done for Schleder Farms. It's probably not important to me to have a legacy. It's the knowledge that I have that is being passed on in good hands, and even the next couple of generations in good hands. That's what's important for me.
This is what the farm's all about. I mean, our mission, our general mission statement is faith, family, farm, growing in our communities with the help of God. And what that means to us is we want to pass that on. We want to grow in our faith, we want to grow in our family, and we want to grow in our farm. And when you grow the farm, that's building a legacy for the next generation that we can come in. And I want to make sure that I leave my soil better than I received it.
At the end of the day, every decision we make for our operation is for the next generation. I'm not making the decisions for me. I'm thinking ahead. I'm thinking of the future. I'm thinking about my girls. I'm thinking about my nephew Jack. And what are the things that I can do to help build a sustainable farm and a farm that carries on for 100 years. I mean, that's one of our family goals, is to have the Schleder name on the mailbox in 100 years.
So the reason I shared that, we're not special. Schleder Farms doesn't have everything figured out. I wish we did. The reason I shared that is because I hope as you're sitting here today, you're thinking about your why. Is your why honoring the generations that came before you that sacrificed so you could farm? Like my great-grandpa, my grandpa, and my dad. Is your why the generations that are coming after you, like my daughters and my nephew? Is your why the community that depends upon you? Or is your why sitting right next to you right now? Whatever it is, you and I both know this. We as farmers are stewards, we're caretakers, and we're builders. And our why is what keeps us moving forward. So as you go today throughout Winter Conference, that's what I want you to focus in on. I want you to remember your why. I want you to remember what drives you to get better. And then in the sessions today, you're going to hear one idea, one insight, one small thing that gives you something you can take home and take a step towards your legacy. Because legacy is not something you leave behind someday. Legacy is something you build every single day. And so for us at Winter Conference, we built this to support that idea. We built this to support your legacy, what you want to leave behind. So every session you're going to hear is designed to give you something real, something practical, something that helps you take the next step towards that legacy. So we're going to walk through what to expect for the rest of the day. So in the next session, Jason Webster. Has everybody here heard Jason Webster speak? Is it anybody's first time? You're in for a treat. You're in for a treat. Jason Webster leads our PTI farm, our Precision Technology Institute farm in Pontiac, Illinois, and he has some ideas. They've worked on some trials, and it's just going to challenge our mindsets. There's some amazing work that's gone up there, and Jason's going to dive into that. Next, the Herman brothers. They're going to talk about spraying and looking at weed management through a different lens. Then we're going to dive into a session around strip till and water management and looking at our land in a different light. And then we're going to talk about time. Time is one of the most important commodities that we have because they don't make anymore and we never have enough. So is there a way that we can unlock more time for us? And then finally, the last session, we're all going to come back in here. We're all going to be together because we're going to talk about something that Precision Planting has been obsessed with over the years, and that's even and consistent emergence. Now, if you've been to Winter Conference before, you've heard us talk about even and consistent emergence and how important it is to achieving your yield potential. And we often talk about what are the factors that allow for that. The first one that we've talked about is making sure that we're placing the seed in an even heat and moisture environment. That's why we talk about how depth is so important. The second one is making sure we have good seed to soil contact. And then the third one is making sure we have good soil density around that seed so that seed can grow freely. That's what leads to even and consistent emergence. Now, there's a fourth one. There's a fourth one we haven't talked about before. We don't talk about it much. And the reason we don't talk about it much is because it was deemed too hard. And to do it at scale, that was a pipe dream. And to do it at scale and at high speed, that's impossible. But I am so excited for our last session today because you're going to get the opportunity to see how our team has pulled off the impossible.